Watkins, Managing Director of SHIELD, Illinois Association Dean, Guy's College of Business. Also, his father, David Watkins, I believe was the third president of the Police Officer Memorial Committee. It was under his direction that we are doing what we're doing now. He is the one that got the memorial going. He took out a personal loan to build the statues. He's the one that got the families involved and honoring the officers. So he's the one that started what you're seeing today and experiencing today. So, Ron Watkins.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to thank the committee and Senator McGuire's office for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. This is a really special place for me. I remember being a high school student sitting watching the first dedication, as was mentioned before, that my father spent so much time to pull together, and asking, why? What was the passion behind it? What's the drive? We had a close family friend, George Darnell, who was watch ended in 81, and he was a part of the sheriff's office when my dad was sheriff of Warren County. So I knew that was a big drive. But my father said it's much more than that. It's really about for the surviving families. He was wounded pretty severely in Vietnam, didn't have use of his legs, barely had use of his right hand. And that experience shaped him. Being in college in the late 60s, a sheriff in the 70s, he got to see that there wasn't enough recognition, there wasn't a memorial in place, there wasn't something there for the surviving families. So then, in the early 80s, when he became director of the Secretary of State Police, he then had a bridge between the sheriff's organization, the chiefs of police organization, and was here at the Capitol grounds, and really had the ability to pull the things together that needed to happen to put the memorial in place. Soon after this was done in 90, unfortunately, he passed away from those same wounds. At the time I was in the service, I was in Ranger School actually, and I was a complete mess, physically, mentally, emotionally. This is where I came to reflect. This is such a special place for me. And I thank the committee and Senator McGuire's office for the opportunity to be here today to essentially say that thank you for having this here, but more importantly, to relay the words that at least the founding chair relayed to me, which is, this is really here for the surviving families. It's for them and a memory for those officers. So thank you very much.
Our next speaker, family survivor speaker, will be Gloria Bodner. Family survivor, Officer William S. Bodner, Jr., Chicago Police Department, end of watch, 4/8/1974, member of the Illinois Police Officers Memorial Committee.
I'm getting old. It's harder to get up these days. We never get to say goodbye the way we want to. When suddenly someone dies, if we knew it was our last time to say that, we would have hugged a little tighter, kissed a little longer, and said, I love you one more time. If we only knew it was our last time. Life is about moments that change our lives, and every family here knows that reality. My moment came April 8th, 1974. Life changed forever for me, my family. We became part of a group that we didn't want to join, the families of police officers killed in the line of duty. But it's not how these officers died that made them heroes. It's how they lived. And we are here today to honor their life, their service, and their stories. Stories that we tell at holidays and reunions and family gatherings. the stories that keep them alive in our hearts and our minds. We cherish those stories. They help us survive our loss. The thin blue line is getting stretched thinner and thinner these days, and I am grateful for those who continue to fight the good fight. But the thin blue line, yet that proudly stands between safety of the citizens and the chaos of the criminals. Last year, COVID-19 invaded our world, shutting down schools, businesses, and our way of life. But the cops, they continue to do their jobs. They faced the virus, the protests, the riots, and they were screamed at, pelted with frozen water bottles, bricks, bats, but they continued to do their job. The media vilified them, and hate speech against police was and is rampant. But the cops continued to do their job. Staying calm when you're being denigrated is a superpower, but that's what cops do. I want to take a moment here to thank all officers working today for their service, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your dedication to the safety of our communities. This memorial stands as a symbol that is dedicated to the sacrifice made by the men and women killed in the line of duties whose names are now etched in stone. We will say their names today, and we will
Okay, since we have 2 years now to honor, I'm just going to go ahead and say who's doing what when, and we're going to keep it moving. 2020 reader will be Deputy Sheriff Terry Roderick, retired, Salmon County Sheriff's Office, Illinois Police Officer Memorial Committee, past president, the Illinois chapter, Concerns of Police Survivors. Also, I'd like to invite up the Director of the State Police, or if he got called away, his designee, to help with the plaques to those family members. The 2021 reader will be Lieutenant Brent Wick, Criminal Investigations Commander, McLean County Sheriff's Office, Illinois Police Officers Memorial Committee. When those names are being called, I'd like to invite up the Superintendent of Chicago Police Department and a representative of the Cook County Sheriff's Office to also stand in the receiving line for the families that are going through. After the names have been read, you need to prepare yourself. There will be live rifle fire after the playing of Amazing Grace. So prepare yourselves and your children for that. So at this time, Mr. Treasurer, this is right over there in the grants. So, and Deputy Sheriff Terry Roderick.
2020 Historic Honorees: Officer Joseph Benjamin Hood, Savannah Police Department, end of watch 12/29/29. Officer Bert Sylvester Plattenberger, Savannah Police Department, end of watch 10/11/1945. Okay. Officer Joseph Benjamin Hood, Officer Owen Masterton, Glenview Police Department, end of watch 12/6/2014. And now the 2020 honorees. Trooper First Class Christopher James Lambert, Illinois State Police, end of watch 1/12/2019. Deputy Sheriff Jacob Howard Keltner, McHenry County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 3/7/2019. Trooper First Class Brooke Elizabeth Jones Story, Illinois State Police, end of watch 3/28/2019. Trooper First Class Gerald Wayne Ellis, Illinois State Police, end of watch 3/20/2019. Deputy Sheriff Troy P. Chisholm, Fulton County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 6/25/2019. Trooper First Class Nicholas John Hopkins, Illinois State Police, end of watch 8/23/19.
2021 Historic Honorees. Assistant City Marshal Herbert H. Bronson, Charleston Police Department, end of watch 5/16/1874. City Marshal John E. Logan, Lewiston Police Department, end of watch 07/05/1887. Deputy Sheriff Clarence Doc Lanham, McLean County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 07/27/1967. The 2021 honorees. Officer Marco DeFranco, Chicago Police Department, end of watch 4/2/2020. Sergeant Clifford W. Martin Sr., Chicago Police Department, end of watch 04/10/2020. Chief Terrence Allen Engel, Hampton Police Department, end of watch 04/11/20. Officer Ronald Newman, Chicago Police Department, end of watch 4/17/2020. Correctional Officer Sheila Ganell Rivera, Cook County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 04/19/2020. Deputy Sheriff Richard William O'Brien, Cook County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 05/03/2020. Correctional Officer Antoine Pierre Jones, Cook County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 05/10/2020. Correctional Officer Jose Pedro Marquez, Cook County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 06/28/2020. Deputy Sheriff Richard Santiago Jr., Cook County Sheriff's Office, end of watch 10/20/2020. Field Training Officer Titus Biopsy Moore, Chicago Police Department, end of watch 11/24/2020.
Order! March! Ready? Wait. Forward. March.
You may be seated. I want to make mention that the wreaths off to your right, lining the sidewalks, those are for the families to take with them. They have each officer's name on them and their department, so they're for the families also to take with them. This will conclude our ceremony this year. The buses will leave at noon. They'll give you time at the memorial to find the names and to interact just a little bit. I want to thank everybody for being here. This is the first memorial service for our new memorial. It's a pleasure for us to have put this together because, as Gloria said and Ron Watkins said, this is not for us, this is for you. And it will be here for a long, long time. To all my brothers and sisters still on the job and working, safe tours, keep yourself safe. To all the families, safe trip home. Once again, we come here not to honor how your family member died, but how they lived their life, because that is their true mark and the mark that they left. Thank you once again. And this concludes the ceremony.
Folks from individual villages, and with the leave of the minority spokesman, I'd like to waive the reading of all those witnesses.
I think you have leave on that and leave on the bill for the vote.
Well, okay. So do we need testimony from Mr. Shefsky, or Mr. Shefsky, would you wish to testify? Or can we go to the vote?
Madam Chair, I think we can go straight to the vote.
Okie doke. All right. So on this matter, leave has been granted by the minority spokesperson. So on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, and 0 voting present. Is that correct?
Madam Chair, I think we do need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got hello. I'm not reading my script. There being no further debate, Representative Yednot moves Senate Bill 167 to pass. There is leave. And on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, 0 voting present, Senate Bill 167 will be favorably reported to the House floor. Would you like Senate Bill 1675 next, Representative Halpin?
That would be wonderful.
Okay, let's proceed on Senate Bill 1675.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 1675 amends the deferred compensation article of the pension code and allows for automatic increases to the existing automatic enrollment. It's an initiative of Senator Martwick over in the Senate. There's demonstrated data that says if you're automatically enrolled and have these increases, employees are much better prepared for their retirement. This does allow any participant in the plan to opt out of the automatic enrollment and the increases. We do have a need to make sure that employees are saving as much as possible for retirement. And again, the best way to do that is early on in their career when they start employment with the state or a state university. And I'd ask for a yes vote.
Thank you. On this bill, there are 4 proponents: David Schwartz, self, Mary Kathleen Cahill, Illinois State Board of Investment. I'm sorry, there's 2 proponents, no opponents, no one with no position. I do not see anyone seeking recognition. So Representative Zaleski moves Senate Bill 1675 do pass. There is leave granted by minority spokesperson. So on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, and 0 voting present, Senate Bill 1675 will be favorably reported to the House floor. Next, we have Senate Bill 2107, Representative Halpin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 2107, excuse me, allows employees of the downstate firefighters and police officers pension funds to participate in IMRF. We do have, it excludes members of the boards of trustees of those funds, but all employees of those funds are eligible. It's necessary to do this. The employees of these funds aren't eligible for their respective downstate, police and fire funds. And IMRF, we believe, is the best place for those employees to be covered for pension benefits. I'm not aware of any opposition, and I'd ask for a yes vote.
On this bill, there are several proponents: Bucola Bello, Illinois Police Officers Pension Investment Fund, Chuck Sullivan, Associated Firefighters of Illinois, David Schwartz, self, Magda Durisma, Illinois AFL-CIO, Mitchell Remmert, Illinois Municipal League, and Steve Zahn from the Illinois Firefighters Pension Investment Fund.
Oh, and Madam Chair, before we go to a vote, I forgot to mention, I did intend to have this have immediate effective date. So I want to make the committee aware of that. I would intend to file an amendment and ask that I be able to file it as a floor amendment.
Okay.
I'm all good with that. We're leave on all of this. This is more common sense that we don't need to continue talking about. It's perfect.
Okie doke. And then we have one witness with no position, Bonnie Shadid, the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund. So seeing no further debate, Representative Zaleski moves do pass on Senate Bill 2107. Representative Batnick has indicated there's leave. So on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, 0 voting present, Senate Bill 2107 will be favorably reported to the House floor. Representative Halpin, you're going to present Senate Bill 307 on behalf of Representative Hurley.
That's correct, Madam Chair.
Please proceed.
Thank you. Senate Bill 307, sponsored by Representative Hurley, is an initiative to expand eligibility for the occupational disease disability benefit for certain members of the Firemen's Annuity and Benefit Fund of Chicago. It is limited to retirees within 5 years of their retirement. And I believe the design is to catch folks that may have retired not knowing they've been exposed to a particular occupational disease during their time with the fire department, and make sure that they can get the appropriate benefits that they are entitled to. They do need to otherwise qualify for the benefit as if they had been an active employee at the time. I believe Mr. Sonorski is available to take questions if necessary.
Not necessarily, I don't believe. I think there's leave if everybody on my side is good with it.
We do have several proponents. We have Anthony Snyder, Chuck Sullivan, Associated Firefighters of Illinois, David Schwartz, South, James Tracy, Chicago Firefighters Local 2, Joseph Sonorski, Chicago Firefighters Local 2, and Magda Durisma, Illinois AFL-CIO. There are two opponents, Lindsay Davis, Office of the Mayor, City of Chicago, and Mitchell Remmert of the Illinois Municipal League. Is there, seeing no questions, Representative Robinson moves do pass on Senate Bill 307. Is there leave?
There is leave.
And leave being granted on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, 0 voting present. Senate Bill 307 will be favorably reported to the House floor. And Representative Halpin, you have Senate Bill 1650 on behalf of Representative Hurley. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 1650 provides for a window for qualified individuals under the Line of Duty Compensation Act between December 31 of 2016 and January 1, 2021. The claim must be made instead prior to December 31st of 2022 to receive a benefit. I believe this is another bill sponsored by Representative Hurley. And I believe it's a constituent issue where an individual was found to be barred from a claim through no fault of their own. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I'd ask for a yes vote.
There is one proponent, David Schwartz Self, and there are 2 opponents, Evan Summers from the Village of Bensonville and Mitchell Remmert from the Illinois Municipal League.
Keep them rolling, boss.
All right, I see no questions. Rep. Zaleski moves do pass on Senate Bill 1650. We've indicated leave is being granted on a vote of 8 voting yes, 0 voting no, 0 voting present. Senate Bill 1650 will be favorably reported to the House floor. Giving the chair back to Rep. Halpin.
Thank you, members. I appreciate your patience and work today. There being no further business, the House Personnel and Pensions Committee will recess to the call of the chair. Thank you all.